Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. Tuesday night for me, just before the live stream, but I figure I'll get this video recorded now and then I can concentrate on the live stream and maybe not have to get up at 5 in the morning. What I'm going to ask you guys in this one, please, please, please take this one very seriously and act upon it now, because I don't want anybody going back in March and April going, oh shit, I wish I would have listened last November. Okay. Many of you, some of you, perhaps, saw Christian, Ice Age Farmer's video last night about the Biden administration invoking eminent domain to, for all intents and purposes, steal farmland in the Corn Belt, okay, middle of the country, Kansas, Nebraska, the Dakotas, that sort of area, so they can build a large-scale carbon capture pipeline system of more than 1,300 miles. Okay, part of this green energy, Green New Deal fiasco, whatever the hell you want. Okay, but of course, what does that do? That takes away from farmland. And again, remember, guys, if they're doing a pipeline, they're not just taking, 12 feet or whatever it is and going, okay, we're digging a trench right down here. You've got tractors and people and everything. I mean, you're talking thousands of, hundreds, if not thousands of feet on either side to move tractors and trucks and God knows, and people and everything like that, machinery around. So you're destroying thousands of acres of farmland. Like, we can really afford that right now with the food crisis that's going on worldwide. Okay. I'll link Christian's video below. I'm also going to link a couple other ones that I'm going to talk about here, but they'll all be below for you here. But if you want to add insult to injury to this one, let's take a look at what's going on out in California. All right, and you've got the California government, good old, gruesome Newsom, leveling farms, to take them out and repurpose the farmland for solar panels, for nature preserves, for, all this insanity. There's a story, and again, I'll link this one, on a guy who's a fourth generation farmer who's got 8,000 fig trees. Think about how much space you need to grow 8,000 fig trees. That's all going to have to be bulldozed in the name of conservation. Starvation is kind of important, all right? I think I've said to you before, 30% of the vegetables and 20% of the fruit that's consumed in the United States comes from California. But hey, what do you know? Let's just do this. Let's just bulldoze the farms in California and put out solar panels or squirrel habitats or whatever. They don't have the water because of the government's mismanagement. Okay, you can say about the droughts and everything like that. Well, gee, if you would have practiced responsible forestry, you wouldn't have problems with the fires, which then wouldn't have problems with the droughts. Because yes, I hate to tell you this, but all your forest fires, because of your mismanagement, you are actually causing weather patterns to change. Okay, so yes, the drought you have in California is specifically attributed to the incompetence in the state government. The environmentalists who are trying to save the environment by what they're doing are actually destroying the environment. They forgot to feed the squirrels in the squirrel cage up there. Okay. So now we have, combined between these two things, whacking farmland in the Midwest, whacking farmland in California. What are we going to do? Starve the people out? Okay, so, let's go back to what's going on in Europe, all right? You've got already Austria, Spain, Germany, Sweden, and China saying we're going to have power problems. We're going to have food problems. We're going to have fertilizer problems. we're not going to be able to feed the people. We're not going to be able to keep the people warm. Okay. So this gets into the fertilizer issue. Now I want to give you this one. Okay. This is from the agriculture department. All right. That the price of fertilizer now, okay, in November 2020 or 2021 is double the price of what it was in October of 2020. And they expect the price of fertilizer to double again between now and spring. Farmers operate on real thin margins, okay? Like I've said in other videos, I've never seen any billionaire independent farmers. Very few millionaires, and the ones that are millionaires, it's because they own a ton of land, all right? It's not like they, Mr. Moneybags with, hundreds, lighting cigars with $100 bills, okay? This is the problem. The farmers have to pay for all this fertilizer. And I mean, if you go into it here, if I can pull this up here again real quick, and a lot of you guys are going to know what I'm talking about here in regards to what it is. Ammonia, okay, basically your nitrogen compounds, up $300 a ton from where it was last year, okay? You're talking about urea, up, quick math, almost $400 a ton. It's now $751 a ton. It was $358 last year, okay? This is the stuff farmers are putting on the ground to grow your food. The price, I mean, we're getting rid of farmland and the price of everything's going up. We're already talking like crazy about how expensive food is already, okay? Double it again, guys. This is where I say, take me seriously. I hope to God everybody is gardening, growing something, because anything you can grow is less money that you have to spend. I don't care if you put 2 tomato plants in and you get yourself 10 pounds of tomatoes over next summer. That's 10 pounds of tomatoes you don't have to buy. That's going to save you a couple of bucks, which you can throw into your electric bill or whatever it would be, okay? Get your fertilizer now. Fall is the time to do your preparation, all right? Get what you need for next year. Fall is also the best time for the natural fertilizer that you can get. And I'm going to do a video on here sometime this week, if you will, to show you how to make some liquid fertilizers. But you're raking up leaves. You're pulling weeds. You're pulling all your garden plants. Start a freaking compost pile, all right? I mean, you need a ton of compost to put it in your gardens to make a dent, okay? I mean, trust me, with the gardens I've got, I mean, I get a massive mound of compost, and every year I'm like, I wish I had more, okay? Because that is about the best natural fertilizer you can get. Save your vegetable scraps, throw them in the compost pile. Potato peelings, carrot ends, cucumber ends, coffee grounds, eggshells, corn cobs, the weeds that you pull, anything, your all your plants that you're pulling now, throw them in a compost pile, okay? It is what is going to feed you. I mean, I can't say this enough, guys. Come springtime, we're going to be going like this about food at the cost of what it is. And like I said in the video the other day, you don't want to be one of those people that all you can afford now is ramen. If all you can afford is ramen, hey, if you can throw some vegetables in with it. I mean, for dinner tonight, Mrs. P and I had our salsa over spaghetti with some canned pork that we have. Not exactly what you call a traditional dinner, okay? But like I told her, I said she could take a cardboard box and make it taste good. But it was our onions, our tomatoes, our peppers. Granted, we didn't raise the pork or make the spaghetti, but there was the sauce that we had that didn't cost anything because we grew it. Please, 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 start now. Make your plans for your gardens next year. If you have the ability to, make a bigger garden next year. If you've got the space. Grass does nobody any good, guys. You can't eat your lawn. You can use that grass area to grow something in. And even if you go, well, the soil isn't prepared, anything, I don't care. If you get one tomato out of it, that's one less tomato that you have to buy. If tomatoes are $3 a pound now, and they're $6 a pound come springtime, come next summer, start adding that up. You go, well, we need to go buy 4 tomatoes. Great, that'll be $12, Mrs. Jones. And you go, for 4 tomatoes? Yeah, okay. Start figuring out how you can do this, how you can make your own fertilizers, buy your own fertilizers, do whatever would be so that you can grow food. It is going to be so important. The government is doing whatever they can to starve us out, to bankrupt us as people. This is how they are going to get control. What I'm trying to let you guys know is how to take the control back. Please, please, please heed this. Have a good Wednesday. Pinball out.